Stuff out of the way. Space. Alright, so repotting plants. If you look at this plant, it's so ready to be repotted. It hasn't grown very much actually all summer, so I think it grew about that much. And I should have repotted a long time ago, but here we are. So, and you can see what it's doing here is it's starting to drop the bottom leaves. Now this was a rehab that that I brought back from almost the brink of death. Basically what happened is it was put outside when it shouldn't have been. But I should get some pruning shears. So what we want to do first is, in repotting, is we're gonna cut off the dead leaf parts that we don't want. I personally like to cut this one into angular shapes, so it looks more like normal leaf. So what I'm going to do is, see how this is like almost it's weird, it's like 90-degree angles here. I'm going to cut it so it looks like a leaf, and this isn't going to hurt it that much because these scissors are super sharp. And some people will tell you you need to clean your shears, but honestly I don't think that matters. So mostly because these plants they're not sick, so I'm not worried about that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to prune off all of the material that it doesn't need, and I'm not going to be shy about cutting off the bottom leaves either, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the whole thing into the soil. So I'm going to cut those pretty low. So that's it for cleaning it up, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to repot it. So I'm going to move it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the pot, and I'm going to grip it like this with my hand at an L shape, and support the root ball. So from that support, I'll be able to tilt it over, and it should come out mostly pretty clean here, right? And you can see right here, all of these roots here are completely root bound. That's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling it apart. I'm going to be really gentle with it here, just to open it up a little bit, take it easy, and let it breathe. What we want is eventually when it gets repotted that these roots are surrounded by soil, by grow medium, instead of other roots, so it can breathe. So just kind of tease it out. You don't have to. You really don't have to do this, but it does give it the best chance of survival, or just happiness. Really, it's definitely going to survive this. Be really gentle and don't beat it up. The reason, I think I might have said it already, but maybe I didn't. The reason why you want to do this is the roots are also parts of the plant that need to breathe. And if it can't breathe, it's going to suffocate. It's more prone to root rot like that because the water, or the water that's being held down there, the oxygen gets pulled out so quickly that it promotes the root rot fungus. And root rot is a fungus. Looking pretty solid. Not too many tears here. And when you do this, you're probably going to tear some of the roots. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just don't break off your main stem. Even if you do, it'll probably still survive, but try not to. There we go. All right, so that's huge right there. You saw it was pretty root bound, and this is now pretty free. So check that out. These roots are pretty. All right, so that's free now. Now what I'm gonna do is I've got new soil here, and I want to keep this old soil because it's still good. I want to remove the big chunks of roots here because those can go out in my compost and they don't need to rot in this dirt here. They can rot outside, which is going to be good for compost. Compost bag. All right, and I've got a little bit more here, just dead roots. It's chill. So this is what I had before. It's still really good. It's nice and fluffy, and I'm gonna keep it. It's got a bunch of LAKEY in it. It's got a good amount of it's got a good amount of perlite in it. And what I've got over here is just new soil. What I'm gonna do that's different here, I don't have LAKEY. I'm not buying it anymore because I found out that I can put my coconut husks in it. So I'll post another video about coconut husks later. But this pile over here is coconut husk that I prepared. That was originally going into the landfill because I don't want it in my. It takes too long to break down into compost. But I found out I could use it in my plants, so here we go. So instead of LAKEY, which doesn't have any nutrients for the plants, I'm gonna add coconut husks. Right. So that's about how much LAKEY I would have put in, and I'm gonna take new soil now and mix this at about 50%. This new soil is way nicer than I was using in the past. This is the what is it? The Fox Farms stuff, and I'm gonna mix it at a 1-to-1 ratio with the old dirt. So I'm gonna have too much dirt here. You'll see, but that's okay because I can just use it on the next plant, the next plants that I already plant too. So this is good here. Now what's good about the LAKEY and the coconut husks is it creates little pockets of air in the soil that your roots can breathe through, right? So if you have just mushy dirt, like sludgy mud, then your plants aren't going to be able to breathe in that. So what ends up happening is over time, if you use sludgy stuff in your soil for your grow medium, then it's going to compact. Your plants are going to suffocate and they're going to die. But what happens here with the LAKEY or the coconut core is the plants, when they root, they'll kind of attach around that coconut core. It's not going to compress and it's going to have a little pocket of air there for it to breathe. And that's going to happen all over the root system here, so that's going to be pretty good. Looking at this, I think I want a little bit more coconut husk, so I'm just going to take the rest of what I have ready and put it in. This is 1 coconut husk, so I guess that looks pretty good. I've been liking really fluffy soil lately. It makes it so much easier for the plants to chill. Alright, so that's good. When you're mixing, you really want to get you really want to get under it and around the bottom so you can bring the bottom up, and don't shake it, because if you shake it like this to try to mix it up, you're just gonna, everything's gonna sort. There's some science about it if you're interested. I might link it, we'll see. But really, what I'm gonna do now is I'm ready to, so my grow medium is ready, and I'm gonna put it in this pot here. Love this pot. What I'm gonna do first though is I'm gonna take some, I'm gonna find a chunk of this coconut husk and shove it in the, nope. Well, let's stop it. This hole is way too big. Stuff is gonna fall. I'm gonna get coconut husk. Alright, so here's another coconut husk that I haven't gotten through yet, but I'm just gonna take a cut of it and I'm gonna stick it in that hole. Now I want water to still flow through. I don't want to block it, but completely anyway. What I want is like a little net, so that's what I'm gonna do here. You can see this. I'm gonna put this right there above the hole, and dirt's not gonna fall through as much, and that'll be good. So, little fan right there. I don't know if it'll stick, but right there. This back, the knife out of here. All right, so back at it. I'm actually gonna layer a little bit at the bottom here. So actually, let's see. Move this so you can see what I'm doing. I think I pointed that at it. So, little dirt at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually reverse the root structure upwards and bring it above the original line here, so I can put the plant deeper into the pot, because that's what I want. And if you saw the beginning of the video before I started potting it, before now I guess, the roots were not growing above this line here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring them up to the top, and hopefully they're gonna grow nice and all the way around this. So we're gonna increase the size of the root ball above the trunk of the plant. All right, so I've got a base for it. That's right. Oh look, it fits so well. Perfect. All right, so when you water it, as always, you want to water it evenly, and you want to water it completely. So what that means is I'm gonna put this water in here like this all over the top, and I'm not gonna put it all, you know, in one spot even. I'm gonna have it nice and even come through, and it's gonna start draining through the bottom here once the soil has retained enough moisture. I don't think I need to put the whole can in there, so that should be good. After that, really, it's just cleaning it off, so I'll show cleaning it off. Yeah, so this is how I clean it off. I'll just take some water and hit the sides of the pot and make sure there's no dirt. It looks like it actually repelled a ton of the dirt here that could have gotten stuck to it. That's really nice, actually. I just spray painted this with some graffiti spray paint. It was concrete, just unpainted concrete, and now it's white. like the rest of my pots. That's the aesthetic I'm going for here. Give it a little water. All right, that's it for repotting. Bye.